So, you want to be a vegan warrior, but you don't know where to start. Well, I'd start with better than beef burgers, vegan burgers. Well, you can put these on buns and eat them like burgers. You can put them on bread and eat them like sandwiches. You can just cook them up and eat them like a regular steak. You can crumble them and put them on burritos, tacos, Italian, even pizzas. And the taste, well, they're kind of a smoky, savory flavor that I think is almost better than beef. Like, it is better than beef because it's healthier than beef. They're better than the store-bought ones in my opinion, and they're about a quarter of the price. You can get a box of the store-bought for about $4, and they come with 4 in that. That's $1 a piece. We're making these for about a quarter a piece. Now, here's some of the things that you're going to need. Actually, this is pretty much everything, all the ingredients that we're going to put into the better than beef vegan burgers. We got our celery, we've got mushrooms, we've got garlic, onions, some shredded zucchini, some frozen corn. If you've got fresh corn, that's even better, off of the cob, of course. We've got some cooked rice. It's pre-cooked, it's all ready to go. We've got spinach. We've got panko breadcrumbs, which kind of make it stick together nicely like a patty. We've got oregano, parsley, mustard. These are just regular store-bought mustard, nothing special. Regular ketchup, liquid smoke, vegan Worcestershire. Okay, it has to be vegan because they put anchovies in some of the other kinds. And this regular store brand is vegan, doesn't have anchovies in it. Probably costs less to make that way. A little bit of olive oil in the pan. You don't have to use olive oil. If you want less oil, just skip the olive oil. I like to put a little dash in while I'm cooking things up. Oh, forgot. We've got Lawry's seasoned salt and smoked paprika. I passed right over those. And those are all in the seasoning section. All of this stuff you can get at regular stores. There's nothing special that needs to be obtained here. Of course, you're going to need a good sharp knife to dice all of this up real small. Okay, the last ingredient that we add are the black beans. You know, they're fairly cheap. Like I say, we're making this for about a quarter of the price of the processed store-bought ones. Now remember, all this is just our choice. These are our choice for veggies that we put in. You know, if you don't like zucchini, you don't have to put zucchini in. If you don't like corn, you don't have to put it in. You can mix it up and put in other veggies and things that you prefer or that you have on hand. Don't go out and buy anything special that you don't have. Use some of the stuff that you've got on hand. But it is kind of important for you to have the panko breadcrumbs, because that kind of is what makes it all kind of stick together. That and the black pasty beans and the rice kind of make it all kind of stick together and melt together in burgers, which we'll show you here in just a minute or two. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to get started. We're going to rinse off our beans first. Okay, so we're going to rinse off our cans just in case they've got crap on top of them. And then we're going to open them up. You can just hold the lid on and strain out as much of the water as possible. We happen to have a strainer. We're just going to strain the juice out. Now, you could possibly use this juice for something else. I'm not sure what. Might look that up online later on. Okay, so then we're going to rinse these beans off. A little bit of cold water. Okay, so it's time to start cutting our veggies, and on all the amounts here, I'm just going to get my things and measure them out. If you want the exact recipe for what we're doing here, it's for a dozen of these, around a dozen, give or take, depending on how big you make them. We're gonna list it down below. So just look there for your exact quantities of everything that you need. So first things first, so I can cut my garlic up, I got to get all these little skins off of them, and I'm just going to put them in a jar. And I'm going to shake them up really hard. That's about done. Oh yeah. Just get all that out of there. Yeah, cleans them off real good. You don't have to do much after that. Okay, so we're gonna start cutting stuff up. Now we're going to cook this stuff. We're going to put it at about medium-low on the temperature. We're working with an electric burner here, unfortunately. As I said, olive oil, that's optional. I've got a non-stick pan, so we could, do this without the oil if you wanted a low oil diet. But we're using extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed. Don't need a whole bunch. I'm just gonna always remember to use non-metallic spatulas and utensils for your non-stick Teflon stuff. Zucchini, corn. Okay, so while this is cooking, we're going to go ahead and put our other ingredients in the bowl. And we're going to mash them all together with a regular potato masher. The rice, we're just using some white rice because we happen to have some cooked already on hand. This is already 2 cups of rice pre-measured out in the stainless steel bowl. Some other options are like you could use quinoa, you could use brown rice, you could use wild rice, or any combination of those grains. Also, some people you can put in oats, a little bit of oats in there too. Those are just some other options. Like I say, we're just using the white rice today because we happen to have some on hand. Like I say, use the stuff that you have on hand. Don't go out and make a special trip getting a bunch of stuff that you may never use again. Who knows? Okay, so we're just going to throw that in. Okay, so now that I've got all my ingredients in, we're going to mash it up. I need to give this a stir right quick. Just keep it going. And we're just cooking this until everything's kind of, the onions are translucent and everything's pretty well cooked. A nice texture, which it's getting close. Okay, so we got our burger mix all mixed up for vegan burgers, and we're gonna take and make them into balls and then flatten them out into their burger shapes. To keep this stuff from sticking to my hands, I'm just gonna give them a little squirt of non-stick spray there. That helps them, keeps them from sticking. Go ahead and actually just make a couple and throw them on the pan, because I got a couple people that are ready to eat. Is that big enough?
Uh-huh.
All right. Voila!
Beautiful.
It's about as big as the ball. I got a pretty big hand, so you know it's gonna look a little bigger. That's about the size of like a racquetball, I would say. For the maybe go a little bigger than a racquetball. I'm going to put on an extra one just in case that's not enough.
Oh, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Okay. Alright. So, we're going to make some up into burgers. Roll them up right quick. Okay, now we got to make them into patties, and we're just going to put them in some freezer paper that I've got kind of accordion style here. So we got the freezer side, and then we're just going to fold that over. We're going to make another patty. Put that on top of there. There you go, and that's ready to go to the freezer. Okay, so we got exactly 12. We got the 10 we're gonna freeze for later, and 2 for right now. And as you can see, they're browning up real nice. Those will be ready soon. Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. I think these are pretty much ready. We're just gonna turn off the oven there and go ahead and pull one of our burgers off. Okay, so if you like this video and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that like button. Please do subscribe. Don't forget to look down below for the recipe and the approximate measurements. This recipe is for to make about a dozen burgers, give or take, depending on the size you make them. Hey, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe.